So literally, AJ, the first question to Andy Green from the Mexican media today at his press conference was, when are you guys going to call up Luis Urias?
What did Andy say?
He said he would like him as soon as possible. Depends exactly what AJ Preller when he makes up his mind.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think I think the good news with Luis is that he had like some hamstring tightness. He came back from it this week and has had a really nice week in AAA and swung the bat well. And I think we'll keep monitoring with all those guys, but specifically with Urias, we'll keep monitoring to see kind of where he's at and at what point in time we think he's done what he's had to do in AAA to get another challenge, but kind of see how the year plays out.
What more does he need to show you guys in the minors?
Yeah, I mean, he's just getting started at the AAA level, so I think part of it too is like in the PCL, he's facing a lot more. He's facing veteran pitchers, guys that really know how to pitch, guys that can mix and match and try to exploit what they think are potential weaknesses. And I think just for somebody to go through that and see a few of those teams a few different times, I think that's something that we'll look at is like his ability to adjust as teams try to adjust to him. But he's a good baseball player, and I think he controls the strike zone. He's a really quality hitter. He can play both infield spots. So I think that's he's definitely in our plans. Just kind of looking at the best path for him and how that plays out.
Plans pre-All-Star break or post-All-Star break?
I think honestly, it's more just like let him get into the season. And I think and we'll see how our team plays too as well. I mean, obviously, Suaje. The group in the second base mix, Preller is going to get some time at second base as well. We'll judge that too on how those guys are playing, there, for us, at the second base spot, and then, see how that lines up with what he's doing and go from there with it.
The next question to Andy Green from today's press conference was, why are the Padres leading Major League Baseball in strikeouts?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a combination of a few things. I mean, I think, definitely like, our guys understanding like from an approach standpoint, we just have to do a better job of a two-strike approach, putting the ball in play, maybe making some physical adjustments, maybe making some adjustments in our preparation. I think the second part obviously is, from a talent standpoint, you want to make sure that you have guys that control the zone, understand, the value of putting the ball in play and have the skill set to do it. We'll keep looking at both things as far as, the way we're preparing for games, the message we're trying to get to our players. And then if we feel like we have some guys in the minor leagues or guys from outside the organization that can do it better, we'll look at that as well.
Last thing, this is something Darren and I were discussing on the show. I don't remember this hype around Christian Villanueva when he came up last September and hit those home runs like we have some of your other guys. What did you see in him when you guys picked him up as a minor league free agent?
Yeah, I mean, I think combination. Bill McLaughlin's our scout that was involved with signing him back when he was in the Texas days when he signed as a 16-year-old player. He's always been a guy that's pushed him hard and pushed him as a guy that we should take a chance with if he ever became available. Pete Young on the pro side, you always try to find organizations that have depth and have maybe don't have opportunity for certain players that we think are talented. And he was in that situation. He was in a situation where he was behind Chris Bryant, behind Javier Baez, and he also had an injury situation. So he's a guy that we checked in with the Cubs a few times, checked in with Theo and their group, and we had a chance to sign him as a free agent. He's always been a good defender. As a 16-year-old player, I kind of thought, questioned how much power he was going to have. So kind of tells you what kind of scout I was overall, or what scout I am. But he's definitely obviously developed power. He's had a really nice first month, and the league is, I think, starting to make a name for himself. So the league will adjust to him. We'll see how he handles himself.
Safe to say that he's kind of outperformed your expectations. I get it. It's a small sample size, but to this point.
Yeah, he's done very well. I mean, the thing with him, he had a really good year at AAA, and then he did well, when in a brief call-up last year. So, I think Player of the Month, Rookie of the Month, whatever it was, one of the leaders in OPS. I think we'll obviously take that. And the big key though is going to be, how he adjusts as the league starts to adjust to him. And the nice part for all of us is he put a lot of time into this in the offseason. He moved to San Diego. He worked out every single day with Brett McCabe in the offseason, because he wanted to make the team. He wanted to make a good impression. He wanted to make sure he was in good shape and gave himself every opportunity to be a player. And it's just nice to see that hard work rewarded so far with the first month he's had for us.